So today I want to share with you 14 principles that if you'll follow will make you rich. And I can say that with confidence because at this point I've been involved in over $1 billion worth of transactions of buy, sell, acquisitions. And a lot of people have been asking me like, how do you do this, right? So I'll share with you the 14 principles that help me achieve this level of success. And principle number one is that you need to focus on understand the power of ROI, return on investment. So think about it this way, right? Let's say you pay $1 and only paid with your time, or let's say you paid $0 and only paid with your time, and you got $10,000 back on every hour that you spent. Like it's common sense, right? Wouldn't you spend and dedicate at least 10, 20 hours a week to make it happen and continue to make more $10,000 per hour? I'm sure the answer is probably 100% yes. The problem is that, especially with acquisitions, is that you don't know which hour will make you that paycheck day. And that paycheck day, I mean, can only come after 1,000 hours that you put before you get paid that $10,000 hour backwards. So you can work for like a year, earn nothing, and then in one day you get to a point where you own a business or you just close an advisor transaction, and you can have basically increase on of your net worth of multiple seven figures or multiple six-figure paydays. And that's the essence of building wealth. It's about recognizing and understanding and committing to opportunities that can multiply your effort over time without you seeing an immediate ROI today. Principle number two is commitment to long-term thinking, because this process is not overnight. If you want to buy a business, if you want to sell a business, or if you want to be the middleman to help people buy and sell businesses, which is all I've been doing in the last few years, because it takes like on average about a year to see like significant results. And I'm talking like if you're buying a business, I work with dozens of people that bought multiple seven-figure business in less than a year and they started with nothing, right? But it might took them 8, 9 months to close on a deal, right? Same goes for an advisory deal. The beauty with being an advisor is that you can earn a retainer until you have those paydays. So it takes time. And success in general comes from consistency over time. And a lot of people just don't have the patience to keep working hard without seeing results, immediate results right away. Principle number three is the idea that you need to add value before and behind just money. And it's when it comes to acquisitions, it's focusing on helping other people achieve their goals. With acquisitions, it means if you're talking to a seller, it's giving them their dream retirement. If it's cash terms, giving interest on money instead of them investing somewhere else and giving them that asset allocation, helping them preserve their legacy. I don't know if some of you guys tried to buy a business or talk to a seller in the past, but a lot of those business owners, they care as much on who's going to buy the business from them and how he's going to treat their employees. And those employees can be, it's like they're basically family at some point, and the business is like their baby. So you helping them preserve their legacy is valuable sometimes as much as money, because they made enough money. Some of them own their business for the last 10, 20 years. So they want someone to take care of their team and customers. And wealth, from my experience, wealth flows to those who create meaningful value for others. And with acquisition, this is how you do it. If you look into buy a business, you provide great retirement and you preserve their legacy. If you're an advisor, then you're supporting buyers and sellers. Sellers, again, you provide great retirement and legacy. If it's for buyers, you support them in making their biggest transaction of their lifetime and basically helping people increase their net worth by multiple seven figures, at least if you're buying a seven-figure business. Principle number four is position yourself as the best option. Because the real reason and real question you're going to be asked yourself or in general is, why would someone sell the business to you? Why would someone sell the business to you or to a client that you represent if you're an advisor? And the way to do it is to differentiate yourself from other buyers by focusing on speed, simplicity, and creating win-win outcomes. If you cannot close the deal fast, if you cannot make the deal simple, if you cannot create a win-win outcome, you can expect to close a deal. And it means that you don't know how to position yourself well. If people don't take you seriously, it means that you didn't position yourself well enough. And your opportunity and the offer to the seller or to the buyer or seller that you work with as an advisor is just not a good deal. Principle number 5, which is an extension to what I said before, which is make the process fast and easy. There's nothing that destroys deals like just taking your time and overthinking. Speed and simplicity win deals. Business sellers, they want, as much as they want someone that they trust, they want an easy process. They don't want headaches, they don't want delays. Find a way to make the process as fast and easy as possible. How do you do that? You make sure you have access to capital, to banks, to investors, to your lawyers and accountants, or anyone else you need to close the deal. You have them prepared, you have everything ready, and you're not overthinking. If you're going for a deal, if you're sending an LOI, it means that you're all in on the deal. You're not waiting. Principle number 6, structure deals creatively. So, for example, if you're looking to buy a business for $1 million, you have a few ways to do that. You can pay $1 million in cash today, or you can pay $1 million over 10 years. Either of those, it's still $1 million, but their structure is very different, right? So you need to ask yourself when you're negotiating a deal to buy a business or when you're helping someone buy or sell a business, there's like price and terms, and you need to know how to play those so you can find a win-win for both sides. Principle number 7, create win-win scenarios. How do you do that? For the seller, if you sell them the deal, if you sell the business for $1 million with seller financing, well, guess what? They can get tax advantages. They can get consistent income over time. You can even offer interest on their payment, right? Just think about it. Like the seller, if you're going to get the money, he needs to then figure out what he's going to do with the money, where he's going to invest it, what asset class, what financial advisor, what return he's going to get on his capital. And what you can offer him is to sell his business to you and have basically an asset that he really believes in because he owned the business for the last 5, 10, 20 years, and have that business as collateral for financing the deal to you, right? It's pretty cool. You're basically buying a business, using the business cash flow to finance your acquisition and using that business as collateral, plus even giving an interest for the seller if needed, right? So if he's going to get 7 to 8% in the stock market, you can offer him 9 or 10% and earn more money just by selling the business to you with no money down. And so, of course, the win scenario for you is that you acquire the business with little or no upfront cost. And that's a lot of people ask me, hey, can you buy a business with no money whatsoever? Well, I don't believe in, yes, you can do that, but a lot of businesses that will sell the business for free are distressed businesses. I don't like those. You can definitely buy a business with no money out of pocket. You do need to pay somehow, like the example I just shared. We're paying $1 million for that business, but that capital is not necessarily coming out of your own pocket, right? It's coming from the business cash flow. Principle number 8, master the art of outreach. Success in outreach depends on persistence. And the key to do good outreach is to position yourself better than others and using creative deal structures to convert more opportunities. Like, I mean, I can see it with every email that I'm sending, and even sometimes my team, we're doing a test, like sending an email from an acquisitions.com domain versus sending an email from a random Gmail. It's a different world, like if you don't have any personal brand, no website, nothing, people can't find anything about you, no LinkedIn profile, then don't be surprised if people don't take you seriously or don't even reply to your messages, right? So outreach is important. Positioning with that outreach is as important. Number nine, principle number nine, focus on what sellers truly want. And you need to remember, it's not just about giving them cash, right? It's about delivering them the value that they really need. So, how do we do this? You ask yourself, can you eliminate risk for them? Can you make the process faster or easier for them? Like I said, eliminating risk with seller financing. A lot of people ask me, how do you do that? Well, you can tell them, hey, like you tell Mr. Seller, you can have the business as a claw, you can have a clawback on the business. So if I'm not paying you my seller financing payments, you can just have the business back, right? That's you eliminating some of the risk for the seller to help you do a good deal. Principle number 10, follow a proven process. In the end of the day, building wealth isn't magic. It's about following a repeatable, proven process. And the more boring the work, the more money I usually make. Don't think that you need the new exciting thing. You need to follow a proven process. You need to have the access to, when it comes to acquisitions, the network to support you with financing those deals and finding those deals. So if you find a deal and you can finance those deals with investors, with different deal structures, with different institutions, and you have the team to help you close on the deal, that's what matters. It's not about finding an extreme new deal structure that you've never heard about or having 200 deal structure. It's not about that. It's about finding good deals and knowing how to finance those and just moving fast. So follow a proven process, because once you know the steps and you follow the steps and you have accountability towards those steps, so you're not slacking and looking for the next shiny object every single day, success become inevitable. Principle number 11, eliminate self-doubt. I'm seeing this every single day. People who just don't believe in themselves. And I can tell you that the belief that you're not good enough is the biggest barrier to success. This mindset, this belief, this thought stops you from achieving financial freedom. And also, I think other stuff as well, like better health and better relationships, everything. When you're coming from the default mindset and thinking that you're not good enough, your actions are just going to be sporadic and not focused, because you just don't believe in yourself. So you need to manifest that wall that you're not enough, right? Which is not being successful. Principle number 12, challenge your limiting beliefs. How do you do this? You ask yourself, what does not enough even mean, right? Like when I'm asking you, hey, you don't think that you're enough? Like what did it even mean? Like if I was someone from a different from Mars, right? Is it tied to money? Is it tied to success? Like maybe tied to where you think you should be in life at this point? What does not enough mean to you? And is there anything that you could add to yourself or to someone else that would make them enough? Ask yourself those questions. And principle number 13 is to remember you are enough. A good exercise you can do is think about someone you love. It could be your child or even a pet or a mentor or someone that you really like or love. And ask yourself, like, are they worthy? Are they worthy no matter what they do? And the answer is usually, if you're thinking about your child, the answer is of course they are. And you need to understand, guys, you are the same. All of us. Your worth isn't tied to money, success, or possessions, right? Because with more money or success, think about your child or your pet. If they had more money, like if your dog had more money or success, would they be more enough, more good enough and worthy? Of course, no, right? They're enough as they are right now. So recognize that worthiness is not tied to achievements, it's inherent. Like, is there anything you could add to them, to your child, to your dog, to nature, to trees? Anything they can do to be more enough? Like if trees had more money on them, or if trees would be more successful or taller or bigger, would they be more good enough or worthy? No, right? Of course not. It's stupid. They're just enough. They're just worthy. Or what if they had less money? What if your kid had less money or they were less skinny? Would they become less enough? Right? Of course, no. And why? Just because they're worthy because they are, just because they are. Principle number 14, break the habit of self-doubt. Not enough is just a habit, but understand that habits can change. The way to do that, the way that works best for me is to catch yourself, to be aware, to meditate if needed, to be more aware of your thoughts and catch yourself in the moments of doubt and connect with reality. And it's really good to remember and to think about someone you love, right? Your child, your pet, or just the beauty of nature, right? Just bring nature to mind at any point. Think about trees, about the ocean, mountains like are some of them more worthy than others? There's something about nature that reminds us that everything out there is worthy. And worthy have no age, right? So why not you? What about you? Tell me again how you're not worthy. And imagine I'm from Mars or something. Remind yourself, guys, you are enough and you've always been enough. And the only reason you're thinking otherwise is because someone came up with this idea that you're not enough and taught it to you and you believe them. You've always been enough. Nothing we can take from you or add to you to the fact that you're just enough. And final thought, final principle is that you were born worthy. I don't know why, but it's so easy to see the worthiness of others, of nature, of people or kids or animals we have that we love, of others in general, but not ourselves. The way that I found is to remind ourselves God doesn't make mistakes. And here's the deal right now, maybe right now when you hear this, maybe at this moment right now you get it. The problem is that you'll forget because not enough is a habit. Not worthy, thinking you're not worthy is a habit. It's a thought that comes to your mind and you just believe in it. But habits can change and it doesn't have to be hard. So next time you think you're not enough, catch yourself and just stop and think about that person that you love or nature and just take a moment to break the habit and reconnect with what's real, with the fact that you're enough and always been enough. That's how you'll buy the best businesses. That's how you'll advise on the best businesses when you're coming from the default mode that you're enough and no extra money or deals will make you any different. Yeah, it's going to be you expressing more of you being enough because there's nothing we can add and nothing we can take away from you.